Hey, howdy, hey, everybody. Guess who's back? Back again. It's JC.
Hello, friend.
And you know what that means? That means we're going to talk about our girl Tay. And today is SwifTea episode 5.1. So this is going to be part 1. We're going to be talking about Fearless Taylor's version today. Sorry for both of our chairs are broken. So if we look like we're falling, it's because we probably are. Sorry for being a couple minutes late tonight. I had to rearrange our studio this evening and get us all situated. Premiere of the new hair. She's cute. She's a vibe, so we love that. And we're gonna get right into it, and we're going to be talking about the From the Vault tracks tonight of Fearless Taylor's version. We both did our homework today, so we're all ready to go. And we will not be talking about the bonus tracks, which were included with the first run release of the album. So Jump Then Fall, Superstar, Untouchable, all of those we're going to save for next time when we talk about the meanings and the story behind all of the lyrics and such. If you are new here, welcome. I'm Caitlin, your geeky girlfriend, and we like Taylor Swift around here. We're big Swifties. And it is April, so I've been wearing blue all month long. You can find more about that in my most recent posts. Because
I'm also wearing my blue. Actually, I'm wearing my
cute.
Wild About Acceptance blue autism awareness t-shirt underneath of my sweater. I'm just wearing a sweater because I'm cold, but I put this on right before I left to come here because it is April, and I think it's today, or was it yesterday?
It was yesterday. World Autism Day, yeah. Yes, World Autism Day was yesterday, so we lighted up blue for all of our friends that we have worked with and experienced that are living with and blessing our lives with autism. So I am wearing blue all month long. You can find more about that in my latest YouTube video and my latest 2 posts. But we have been doing a series called SwifTea, and we've been breaking down all of Taylor's music, talking about what the meaning and the inspiration is behind all of the songs, and we've been going back to the classics, and we've been trying to go in reverse chronological order, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get Fearless Taylor's version done and out of the way before Tortured Post Department, which drops in 16 days. Super stoked.
Not that we're counting down.
And yes, there will be a first listen reaction video coming, and then a overall review, so you can look forward to that. And you'll have to come back here on 4/19 and watch that. But let's get into Fearless. So I actually am a Fearless Swiftie. This was the era that I became a Swiftie. The first time I ever heard 15 on the radio, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a great song. And I had heard like Our Song, I had heard Love Story, like I had heard some of the other ones, but none of them really spoke to me like 15 did. And once I heard that one, I asked for the Fearless album for Christmas. I asked for the Speak Now album for Christmas when it came out. And so from the moment I heard 15, I was hooked. And so I'm considered a Fearless Swiftie. So for a long time, this was my favorite album. And every time I hear it, I listened to it just today, and I was like, oh, yes. I kind of forget about some of the songs on Fearless. But Fearless is a great song. You Belong With Me is this era. Love Story, obviously. Today Was a Fairy Tale. That's kind of a not very known one. Forever and Always. There are just so many good songs on this album.
Yes, there are.
But we're going to talk about the From the Vault tracks tonight. And when Taylor released Fearless Taylor's version, she also released 6 From the Vault tracks. And those are You All Over Me, Mr. Perfectly Fine, We Were Happy, That's When, Don't You, and Bye Bye Baby. So we are going to rank them. We're going to go from least favorite to, or should we go favorite to least favorite? I don't know.
I feel like I like the least favorite to favorite.
I know, it builds up.
I like that.
Yeah, builds up.
Yeah.
So we're going to, hey Jake, thanks for joining. That's loyalty right there, everybody. You're working your way up as #1 fan. I'm just saying. Anna,
That's
Nate,
my
you better watch out.
boyfriend. Woohoo!
You better watch out. He's coming for your spot. #1 fan. least favorite to go up to our top favorite. And for me, we were talking just a little bit before we jumped on here. The number one for me was, like, clear cut, hands down. Like, no, it was very
I
obvious.
have a feeling we probably share it, but I'm not going to spoil it because I felt the same way.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't even need to listen to all these to know that a specific one is mine.
Yeah. It was very obvious which one was number one. But that being said, some of the other ones, they just kind of fell. So the cards fell where they may. So you're my guest, so I will let you start. Least favorite vault track.
Okay, so I have to throw out the disclaimer as per usual. None of these I dislike. We are just simply ranking them. So I'm going to go ahead and say, like, I like all of these, honestly. Like, I'm a fan of all of them. If I were to pick my lowest rank of the 6, it would be That's When.
Okay.
I think it was just honestly the melody, because it's a good song.
Yeah.
And who sings that with her?
Keith Urban.
Yes, I was not expecting that, but it was so full circle because she used to sing country, and, like, the fact that she went back and then, like, had another country singer join her, that was so cool. But I think it was just the melody that I wasn't as big of a fan of, because it's a good song.
That's fair. For me, it is Bye Bye Baby is my last one, and honestly, this is just kind of a forgotten track for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I had the other ones, like Boom Boom Boom, 4 and 5 kind of slid into place based on different things, and I was like, oh, guess this one's left over.
Yeah.
Like, it just kind of is, to me, it sounds similar to We Were Happy and Don't You. Like, they all kind of sound the same. There's not really any significant difference to me. This one is one that I just, I have on, and it's just kind of chill and relaxing and zen, but I haven't really, like, made myself pay too much attention to it, and it's just kind of the forgotten one. Yeah. I mean, it sounds nice, like, it sounds very relaxing.
Yeah. Not to jump ahead, but spoiler alert, that one's my second lowest.
Oh, it's number 5.
Bye Bye Baby.
Yeah.
Because it's a good song, but it's probably not going to be my go-to track.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that's your number 5.
Yes.
My number 5 is Don't You. And I like the chorus of this, but again, like, it sounds so similar to Bye Bye Baby and That's When for me that I have a hard time, like, distinguishing them from one another. And yeah, that's the reason it fell into number 5. It just kind of is like, yeah, like, it's nice. I mean, all 3 of these songs, like Bye Bye Baby, Don't You, and That's When, they all have this sort of, like, folksy guitar sound, which, like, I love, and I feel like if I would have heard these songs live, I would have maybe felt differently about them, but they all just sound so similar, kind of repetitive with the same type of messaging, and I'm just, like, it's fine, it's an okay song, and, like, I do find myself singing along with it, especially the chorus, but it's just, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if it came up and I wasn't, like, if I was actively paying, for example, I had it on today and it was truly just background music and it was fine. But if I'm like, I really want to, like, sing right now, or I'm feeling like I really need to belt it out, I would probably skip it because I'm like, nah, it's just not, just doesn't. But yeah, as background music, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and do my number 4 because this one was already on your list. For me, number 4 is That's When. What distinguishes this from the other 2 for me is the fact that Keith Urban is in it. It's a little bit different. I like the featured guest artist, and I like to read about, like, their relationship, and like you mentioned earlier, like, when she was country, he always had, like, he was always very respectful to her, she was always very respectful to him, like, him and his wife love her, and, like, he kind of jumped at the collaboration opportunity, and I like his vocals, like, I think they're really nice, and so I like, that kind of elevates this one from the others for me, and I was just like, okay, that one's going in number 4 because it is, like, just that little bit better, and it does have a more upbeat sound, like, so it does have that little bit of, like, differentiating melody and beat. But again, like, very, like, all of these vault tracks sound very similar. And I feel like if you don't know them, because even my sister, she was saying, like, she's like, she played a song that I hadn't even heard before, and it was actually You're Losing Me from 1989, but my sister, like, so I feel like that's how these tracks would be. Like, if you don't know them, and you don't know the difference, or know where they fall in the album order, then they would all just kind of run together and, like, be very synonymous with each other.
Yeah.
And there really isn't that much to differentiate them other than Keith Urban.
Yeah, that's true. I do really like the Keith Urban, being put in there, being featured in that one.
Your turn, number 4?
So for me, number 4, I feel like you and I had the same things in mind. Just flip flop for us. Don't You is number 4 for me. I actually do really like this one though. But the remaining 2 are higher than Don't You for me.
3. This is only number 4, so there's 2 more.
Or the remaining 3. But I don't know. It's like a classic Taylor Swift sad song, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, like, I think in recent years, like, after we got Folklore and Evermore with the sad songs, it kind of was like a previous era, but she, like, the sad song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's also classic, like, old school, like, sad song Taylor Swift, though, too. Like, I don't know. It's a combination of, like, her old stuff, and it just reminds me of, like, folklore sad songs.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. They are very, this whole selection is very reminiscent, just very reminiscent overall. Like, oh, don't you?
It's just very soft.
And I get, like, in Don't You, I kind of get, almost like the opposite of, like, Say Don't Go or, like, Now That We Don't Talk. Like, it's almost the alternate perspective, and that she's like, don't you laugh? Like, don't you think of me and laugh? Don't you, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Number 3.
Number 3 is We Were Happy.
Oh, same. I think we're going to align on the last.
I feel like we are, which is funny. Yes, We Were Happy. I don't know. I think it's the melody in that one, too. I'm trying to remember some of the lyrics that stood out to me the most in that one.
The one I caught a really good... Actually, I just listened to this one today, and there was one lyric that put it in this spot for me, and it's like something along the lines of, I'm tired of these voices in my head saying we're not in love.
Yeah.
They don't give me choices, so that's what these tears are for.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I actually, like, listened to that lyric again because I was like, that's a great Instagram caption. Like, that's what these tears are for. That was just, so it was that lyric that, like, put it in. I love the end, how because this song doesn't totally have a bridge. It does, but it doesn't really. It kind of is just, like, an alternate, like, an extended verse. But I love in the end when it's like, on your daddy's farm where you were going to marry me because we were happy. Like, that was just a nice little, it almost,
your daddy's farm we were going to buy someday and we were happy. Like, that was so cute.
Yeah. And then, it gives me, like, the very first time I heard it, it gave me Mary's song vibes, but again, like, the alternate. Like,
classic country Taylor Swift.
Yes. Like, classic, whether you say requited love, like, this, like, young love that was good once, but then went poorly, and now she's, again, reminiscing on these, like, happier moments. But it was that one lyric about the voices in my head saying we're not in love. For me, I was like, it's a good one.
Yeah, I remember that one,
Really put it in that very solid third spot. Like, not good enough to, like, inch out the other two, because it is, like, it's very mellow, it's very, like, my tears ricochet, this is me trying, like, kind of more slow and almost, like, poetry vibe, which, speaking of poetry, Torture Postcard, I'm telling you, I am betting that this album is just going to be her reciting, like, prose, not actually any music. I wouldn't be shocked. But anyway, that was how it ended up at 3 for me. because of that one lyric. All right, let's see. Did we align? I think so. Because we talked about number
Probably.
1 before. Okay, for me, number 2 is You All Over Me.
Same.
Surprise! If you're doing the math at home, you can probably figure out what number 1 is, and we'll talk about that one. I can go on for hours.
It was a close tie, though. Honestly, if I listened to You All... So, obviously, surprise, surprise, our number 1 for both of us is, if you do the math, it's Mr. Perfectly Fine. So, just throw it out there. Honestly, like, if I listened to You All Over Me a little bit more, it would probably start to grow on me more. And then, like, maybe it would become my top. But there's just something about... I'm not trying to skip ahead to Mr. Perfectly Fine. I guess we can talk about that in a second. You All Over Me is very good. I know before, like, we started this live stream, you're like, it's just like another Clean in 1989. And it kind of is. It's almost like a
precursor.
Yes.
Yes.
Like a precursor. Yes. I was thinking the same thing. Like,
yeah.
It kind of is. Because then she's talking about, like, you're still all over me. And, like, she's not yet clean. But then in Clean in 1989... It's so weird how she didn't release this on the original album, but then in 1989 she released Clean. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, in the best way.
I would like to... That's what we should do. We should do a lyrical, like, comparison of the two and see, like, how many parallels there are. Because I bet there would be a lot. Because, like, she says, like, I think she says, like, I'm not clean, or I can't, like, I'm still not clean, or something. And then I've still got you all over me, and then in Clean, like a wine-stained dress, still all over me, you know? Like, you're all over me like a wine-stained dress.
I can't wear it. Yeah, well, which is weird, too. Like, obviously in this album, I assume that she's talking about Joe Jonas in a lot of her music. And 1989 is assumed to, most, if not all of the songs in 1989 are assumed to be about Harry Styles. So it's just kind of interesting, like... that she chose the same theme for both eras. And it almost, like, for a split second makes me think, like, in 1989, is she talking about Joe Jonas? There's no way she's talking about Joe Jonas all this time later. I don't know. But pretty cool, though.
Yeah. And it's almost, to me, like, she wrote You All Over Me, but didn't quite, like, maybe she didn't have the courage to, like, put it out there. And then when it came to 1989, she's like, yeah, okay, it's finally time to put the... But they are very similar songs, and... You All Over Me was actually the first song that I heard from Fearless Taylor's version before I even heard any of the originals, like the classics. Mm-hmm. And I really liked it. When I first heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, lyrically, it's good. It's got a nice, like, one of her sappier, sad songs. Still not as sad and slow as Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, so that it's got that going for it. But... it just, like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, wow. And again, like, that reminiscing, that, like, she's talking about the happy times and then being like, oh, like, I remember the mud and the gravel of the tires. And I remember, like, crying. There are so many good lyrics in this song. I should have written them down when I was doing my homework because there are, like, there are so many. Yeah. There are so many. Like, I can't think of what my... It was something about, like, so I melted like a child. I laughed and I cried and I watched a part of myself die. Because no amount of freedom gets you clean. I still got you all over me.
Yes.
And then there's a part where she's like, and I smiled and I laughed and I melted like a child. And the bridge where it's like, and I watched a part of myself. I forget, there's a lyric right before that part that's even better, and I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah. I can't think of it. And
it's a good song.
You know what? I was talking about, like, how all these songs, like, are kind of forgettable, and yet I'm trying to think of You All Over Me, and I'm singing We Were Happy in my head. Like, I can't get the melody right, I can't, like, pick up, I'm usually pretty good. Like, when I was living in Tennessee, I had the nickname the iPod, because, like, I could just, like, somebody would say something, and it would, like, trigger this outpouring of lyrics or something. And now, like, I'm sitting here trying so hard to think, and I can't get We Were Happy on my head. And talking about how, like, kind of similar all of those sound. Well, this is an example because you all over me, and then I just want the lyrics. And it's the part where... So I lived and I learned and I found out what it was to turn around and see that we were never really meant to be. So I lied and I cried and I watched a part of myself die because no amount of freedom gets you clean. But there's also the part, and wasted time, lost tears, swore that I'd get out of here. So talking about like the connection to the small town. The best and worst day of June was the one that I met you.
Oh yeah,
with your
that
one's a good one. Was the one that I met you with your hands in your pockets and your "Don't you wish you had me" grin. And then now every breath of air I breathe reminds me of you. Ugh. Yes. And then where's the other one? Once the last. This is the first time I ever heard this song. The very first lyric. Once the last drop of rain has dried off the pavement, shouldn't I find a stain, but I never do. Like that. Like, what? And then it's like, okay. Alright. Like, the very first lyric, I was like, stop it. What? Like, I went back and listened to it again the very first time I ever heard it. Because it was just like, wow. Like, it's that, and that part kind of gives me like Dear John, because, you know, she's like, I should have listened, you know, my mom tried to warn me, all of that sort of thing. So it's like, shouldn't I have found, like, by now, after all this time, and after the storm has weathered, like, don't you think I should have seen the stain? Nope, can't. Like, she can't, like, see past the good. She can't see past. Yeah. Now on the flip side, Mr. Perfectly Fine.
Mr. Perfectly Fine, our number one.
This song. If this song would have existed when I was in high school, I would have been deceased. Yeah. Like, I would have been deceased. Yeah. It is the song that I needed in high school. Yeah. Like, 100%. First time I ever heard it, I was like, where was that song when I was in high school?
Lyrically, melody, just like everything about it. Like, she truly is a mastermind with this song. Like, like, it's just so, like, poetically and, like, I feels like you're telling a story. Like, I don't even know how to articulate, like, how I feel about this song. Like,
so much good in this song, particularly the bridge. I love a good bridge, and this one hits. Like, I'll be Miss Misery for the last time. Yes,
but you're Mr. Perfectly Fine.
Tell him. Yes. And glad to see. It's like glad to see. Oh my gosh. It's a struggle for me. Whatever. It's a struggle for me just to get up each day, but it's wonderful to see that you're okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes. Yes. Like, she's just telling the story of, like, what happens after their breakup, and, like, he
moved on right away.
Mr. All About You or something like that. Yeah.
And then the part where it's like, sashay your way to your seat. It's the best seat. Is like a direct reference to the award show, because he was sitting, like, down front. So strategized in your well-dressed suit, so dignified, all the eyes on you. Chassez your way to your seat. It's the best seat in the best room. Yeah. Mr. Smug, Mr. Always Wins.
And what's funny, though, about, like, this song coming out all these years later is, like, her and Joe are fine now. Her and Joe Jonas, that is. They're fine now. And, like, she referenced in one of her folklore songs that she sends her ex's babies presents, which was a reference to Joe Jonas. So, and like, Sophie she's Turner, totally fine with Joe and Sophie now, which Sophie is who he has two children with. Yeah.
That's a different.
But when him and Sophie were still together, she said, I think. Somebody interviewed her, I think, and she said she listened to it and thought it was a banger. Like, thought it was a really good song.
Yeah,
and, like, you know,
probably.
They're all...
Because it is!
Like, they're all... Yeah, and it is a good song. But, like, Sophie, like, said she liked it, and, like, you know, nobody had any bad blood there. It was just like a song she wrote at the time. She was re-recording it and like putting her work out there.
Yeah.
No hard feelings, which is cool. Which is great.
I usually listen to this song multiple times in a row. Like when I hear it once, I'm like, well, that wasn't good enough. I have to listen to it again. This is a scream singer.
Yeah.
This is a like car dancing and singing song. Like, now I'm Miss Gonna Be Alright Someday. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. If I would have heard that song in high school, I would have been deceased.
I would have. It's like Chef's Kiss. That is what that song. Like, as soon as the opening beat, it just, I'm like hooked right away.
Yeah.
Hooked right away.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I heard the lyrics, I was like, oh my gosh. And then the beat just makes it so much better. You can't help but sing along to it.
Yeah. And
like,
then they're like,
this was by far and away number one. Like, You All Over Me is a good song, but it doesn't even come close, really. Like, she said it was a close tie. No, not for me.
I felt like it was a close tie, but I do think that as of right now, Mr. Perfectly Fine is my first
everything
choice.
else.
But
now here off camera.
I mean, everything from like her pouring her heart out and being emotional about the whole breakup to like, I feel like it's this smart aleck, like, how's your heart after breaking mine kind of thing. Like, it's kind of like she's getting firm with him, but she's also being like very vulnerable and just saying like how that affected her too. Like, it's great.
How's your heart after breaking mine? Mr. Always at the right place at the right time.
Okay,
so great.
That's a good one.
So great. There is nothing. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's not one negative thing about that song.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
It is a good song.
And I feel like, and why I said if I had that song in high school, I would have been deceased. Because that is literally how I felt in high school. Like, you know, high school relationships are so, like, trivial. And they're, like, and you don't realize that until you're out of high school.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, you're growing up and you're realizing, like, okay, that was pretty shallow, that was pretty superficial, that was this, that was that, but, like, how's your heart after breaking mine? Or, like, while I was picking up my heart, you were picking up her, and, like, that's a great, like, just so many things that are, like, oh my gosh, like, yes, like, if this song would have been released with the original, I think it was released, when was it first? That's what I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to be wrong. Fearless
original fall of 08 or something like that.
You were right. Good job. 2008, November 2008. This song would have littered my status, like my feed on Facebook. Captions, statuses with the uppercase and lowercase letters, the what is this? The greater than sign 3.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Less than sign 3.
But then with a slash in the middle.
With the broken. Like, it would have all of these memories that I'm getting now, like, make me cringe, but had this song, because I have lyrics from Forever and Always. Yeah. I have, like, that are littering my Facebook statuses from 2009 and 10. If this song would, I'm telling you, it would have been something different every week.
Shoot.
Something different every week. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I feel like one of the only ones, like, as much of a SwifTea as I am, and have kind of been for a while, I feel like the only one that I actually put on my Facebook status was in, like, 2012, and it was, I go back to December all the time with the arrow heart.
Oh,
or the arrow 3.
Yes.
Greater sign 3, or less than sign 3, or whatever.
Yeah. Definitely had that one.
I had that one on my status.
I had that one. I had,
I don't know about any other ones.
I used, Forever and Always, I think I did. I did, That's the Way I Loved You. I used that one a lot. Mm-hmm. I definitely did 1989. Like, Welcome to New York. Definitely had that as a status.
Yeah.
We were talking about our OG Facebook statuses and how many Taylor Swift songs we had in them. I had...
Now that we're done ranking our Fearless Taylor's version.
I feel like I definitely used... I feel like I really want to go... I wish you could go back. Like, I wish you could search...
You kind of can, but... Like, you have to do really, like, some...
Yeah, it would take a long time.
Yeah. Like, well, let me think about this. I feel like you
because
have to
there
go
has to be a way you can view your own posts.
I can get on my laptop, and I can pull up like Facebook posts. You can pick what year you posted
Search.
something. But
2009.
I'm pretty sure the only lyrics I ever posted on my Facebook status were "I go back to December all the time."
Oh,
So.
see, this is I tried to just search 2009.
And that was in like 2012. So I mean that was actually even more.
It's gonna like. I don't think it's gonna show me. That is not why 2019. That's not
Yeah.
what I searched.
May 27th, 2012. I go back to
Okay, how did
December
you-
all the
oh.
time.
Wow.
I was heartbroken. But
Oh, here we go. Okay, here I'm getting some. Let's see if I can like search by date or something.
I don't think I posted any other ones, but
I'm just gonna let's see if I can just scroll back all the way down.
yes, Fearless was actually though not really my favorite album back in the day, if I'm being honest. It was probably one of my more least favorites actually.
Yeah, the only thing I have, well, I'm getting like a lot of stuff that isn't even my stuff, so that's nice. Man, I would love to just go back because I use Taylor Swift all the time, like all the time. I feel like I definitely use Back to December.
What year are you looking for?
I was gonna go back, like it would have to be like 2009, 2010.
Okay, let's see.
Because
Posts
it was
from Caitlin.
How do you?
Caitlin Rose, and then date posted
Oh.
2009.
Okay.
And then show results.
Yes. Yes. How did you find this? Because now I need to go.
But these are just posts in general. Let's
Okay, happy birthday. Yeah, they'll get there. They'll get there. Oh, my high school me.
see. We're trying to see what Taylor Swift lyrics Caitlin posted on her
Okay,
Facebook
here
status
we go.
in high
Let's
school.
see. No, that's not it. Same thing. Got a new phone today. I did. Oh no, that's not Taylor Swift. But do you know that song? That's the
Owl City.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like popular
Classic.
when I was in like
Classic.
8th grade.
Oh my God, did that say 8 and a 7? Stop. Stop.
It's funny.
Nope. Man, I need
We can look
to learn this skill.
We can look on 2010.
Okay, that was my cover photo.
Let's look 2010.
That sounds about yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay. See what Taylor Swift lyrics Caitlin posted on her Facebook status when she was in high school.
There were a lot, I'm telling you. Oh, I posted my phone number right there, like on the interwebs. Let's see. This is Celine Dion. I got a Celine Dion.
Okay.
Love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. This is a song from Titanic, everyone. Let's see. Why is everyone in a good mood but me? Oh man. I don't remember what that's from, but I think it's from something too. Let's see. Oh, I was like Soldier John, but it's the movie, not the. Oh my gosh. I'm going to Texas Roadhouse today with my grandma. Okay, maybe it was just.
There's still 2011.
I don't know. Just what's letting.
You
That's,
the only
hey, okay, so
exception.
Paramore. We're getting closer. You had me at hello. You got a
Love like
love.
Oh, you belong with me.
There we go. See?
Oh, you
okay.
Romeo.
And you were throwing pebbles.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
so
love
we've got,
story.
We've got love story. We've got you belong with me. You are the best thing that's ever been mine. Ayo. There's another one.
Think I'm falling for you.
That's Colby Calais.
I actually listened to that song today.
Yeah. But first thing, there's mine again. So mine has been posted 2 times in like a week. Love is a song that never ends. That's Cinderella.
Okay.
What about love? Don't you want someone to care about you? Get some 80s in here. Don't let it slip away. What about love?
Our love's dealing.
That's right.
Lady Antebellum.
Yep. I wonder if he knows
He's
all
all
I
I
did.
think-
Okay, so there's teardrops on my guitar. 4. Oh, this is from Mamma Mia. There's mine again.
Mine again.
3 times.
Nice.
3 times.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Do we want to look at 2011?
I did a little Rihanna, but it was I Do Not Love the Way You Lie. I thought it was so clever. It's the mix of uppercase and lowercase for me. And the less than 3 hearts. Okay.
Yes.
Alright. Braces are off now on 2011.
Finally a licensed driver. Okay.
Oh, my
We're
friend
aging
Holly, I love
ourselves.
You pull me in. I'm a little more brave. It's fearless. It's flawless.
Nice.
There we go. We got fearless. KK. Got my first car. Aw, humanity. Lots of pictures. Oh, there's Aiden's birthday. Zippity doo dah. LOL. Laughing.
Enchanted.
Oh, which is funny because I don't even like that song that much. So. Enchanted.
Nice.
Alrighty. What year is it? 2011.
11.
My sister's green tongue. Let's see. So we've had a little bit of Speak Now. We've had lots of Fearless.
Yes.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a... This is...
I don't recognize those lyrics.
What can you do? What can you do when your good isn't good? And that's from Glee.
Oh,
I just had to sing it.
That's 2011.
Oh wow. Okay, so we got about three a year-ish. But mine has been used 3 different times. Oh, sure, might as well. Might as well just really go back. Yeah, I bet 2012 is probably where they start to taper off, probably.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, let's see. Let's think about this. So I met 2012. Yeah, so this was the year I met Cameron, so.
I don't know.
Hey, Steven!
We've got some in 2012.
Hey, but again,
now we're doing the digging.
Another Fearless song. Well, there you go. That shows how.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a cute picture.
Aww,
That was my profile picture for a long time.
Aww. Your hair's cute, Matt.
Girls. Oh my god. Stop. Look at Aiden.
Aww, he's so cute.
Sorry, we're not interacting very much with our audience. We're having too much fun.
We're having a moment right now.
Yes, this is too much fun.
Her old Facebook statuses
yes,
that
my
are Taylor Swift
my
lyrics.
Facebook memories from over 10 years ago. Lots of me doing handstands on the beach.
We're revealing our age.
Yes. But we did find another lyric. I wouldn't be shocked if there was more down here. This is when my Facebook posting really amped up, apparently, because there are, like, way more posts. So I must have, like, really... Oh, no, it says that's the end. Okay, so we found one in 2012. And I would say 2013 probably... Probably not. We were done. Emojis had come around by then.
Yeah.
So we were done with the less than threes.
Yeah.
And the slashes.
Yeah.
It was mostly, I think that was when I started to make the transition to just putting pictures on Facebook with, like, captions.
That's impressive, though.
And my albums. Now, I will say, if you look at some of my album names. Excuse me. Okay. So if you look at my albums, a lot of my albums have Taylor Swift themes. Let's see. 2022, Caitlin's version. I feel like there was one that was like... Oh no, but it does have the uppercase and lowercase. Uppercase and lowercase. Uppercase.
Nice.
So maybe it was just that one. From High on Summertime, that's Luke Bryan. And... Wow. That was great.
That was great.
What a great...
A stroll down memory lane.
Yes. What a great...
To really show and prove to you that we have been Swifties for quite some time.
Yes. Literally.
And that the Fearless era really was the one that made her a Swiftie.
Yes.
Because she had a lot of Fearless
Definitely
statuses.
the majority. I think there was 2 Speak Now. We had Mine and Enchanted. Everything else was Fearless.
Yeah.
Except for Teardrops on My Guitar. There was one of those.
Okay.
Everything else was Fearless.
Yeah.
So it really was my era back then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Mr. Perfectly Fine would have definitely been up there. It would have definitely had its place amongst the elder statuses.
Basic statuses.
Sometimes they come up on my memories, and I'm just like...
That probably would have been a classic one for me, too, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no going wrong with it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the Fearless?
I think I'm
vault
good.
tracks?
Yeah.
She did kind of tease that most of Fearless was, like, a lot of the Fearless stuff was about Joe Jonas. But we will be back again next Tuesday night, right here, to talk about all things Fearless. There's a lot of songs, so we're gonna start promptly. We're gonna have to kind of speed round it, especially towards the end, because it's a large album.
Yeah.
It's a large album. It has, like, I think 13 tracks plus, like, 6 bonus tracks. So there's almost 20, if not 21 songs on the album.
So we'll really have to power through it.
The good thing about Fearless is there were a lot of singles that I think, like, a lot of people know the Fearless stuff. Like, even my mom, who doesn't know very much, she's learning more about Taylor Swift because of me, but she's like, oh yeah, I know, like, You Belong With Me and Love Story and 15. And Fearless was not one of the album, like, Red, for me, I feel like the singles were, like, overplayed, and they just, like, the singles just kind of died for me. But Fearless, like, that's how I know I still, like, am partially Fearless era Swiftie, because no matter how many times I hear those singles, I still am like, wow, this is such a great song.
Yeah.
Such a great song. 15, You Belong With Me, Love Story. A lot of people know Fearless because it was trending on TikTok over the summer with the Eras tour. And a lot of people know, like, I don't say a lot of people, but some people know The Best Day. Some people know Breathe because it featured Colby Calais.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people know Today Was a Fairy Tale because it was featured in the movie Valentine's Day. So, like, there are a lot that I think people know, but they don't realize, like, was Fearless era. You know what song? Wait. Is White Horse?
It's a Fearless.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was listening to this album today, and I do not remember hearing that song. I don't know if it just
really
was not
like
in
White
the
Horse.
collection that I was listening to, or if I just completely, like was singing along and didn't even realize that I was singing along. I don't know. But I just was like, wait a minute. I didn't hear that song. It is a great song.
Yeah.
Like, I love the end of that one, too.
It is a really, really good one. Yes.
But next week, we will be starting from Fearless, starting from the top, going all the way through and talking about the inspiration, the meaning behind all of these songs and the lyrics. That's how this series got its name, SwifTea, because we're spilling the tea about all of Taylor's, especially her earlier albums, because I know, like, a lot of people are familiar with Midnights, and they're familiar with Folklore and Evermore, because during COVID, everybody was kind of listening to it, and, you know, there really wasn't that, like, since none of it came on the radio, because nobody was really going anywhere, everybody heard it on Spotify or whatever. So, like, her older stuff, I feel like a lot of people know, but the younger stuff, they don't really realize that there is all of these connections to her and these other celebrities.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's fun to dive in, and it's fun to remember, like, oh, yeah, she does have a song with Colby Calais, and oh, yeah, she did write that song about Joe Jonas because of a 15-second breakup, or 16 seconds, or however long it was. 27 seconds, yeah. So that's what we're going to talk about next week, and then you will have to mark your calendars for our live reaction first listen for Tortured Post Apartment. Now, due to copyright issues, we are not allowed to just play the album, so we're going to, like, play a little snippet, like, we'll play the intro, and then we'll, like, go off camera and come back and talk about it, or / we will listen to it, and then right after we listen to it, we'll hop on and go live with you guys. So it might be both. I think YouTube, we can do the play a little bit, stop it, talk about it, and then we'll come here live with you guys and do, like, okay, we just listened to it, here's what we thought type of a thing, like a fully first listen. But due to copyright, we can't have the music playing because we don't own it, and da-da-da, and Taylor has not given us explicit permission yet to share it, so we have to follow the rules, or else our videos won't get uploaded. That's what happened to us with the All Too Well one the first time that we tried that one, which, if you haven't watched that video, go to my YouTube channel and check out our All Too Well deep dive. This is a very lengthy video talking about all things All Too Well, from the original to the 10-minute version to the short film. It was so much fun to film, and we just are really passionate about that song. So if you also like that song, make sure you go check out that video. And we will see you all here next Tuesday night. We don't know what time yet we're going to go, but I'll post something on my stories to give you guys a little countdown so you can set your reminders. Thank you all so much who joined with us today. And if you are not already a subscriber, over on my YouTube channel, you can find the link to my channel in my bio. And if you like this video, make sure you give us a heart here, a thumbs up on YouTube, and let us know in the comments which Vault track is your favorite. It's probably Mr. Perfectly Fine. It's okay. We understand. And if it's not, you're wrong. Bye-bye. Have a nice Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining, and we will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye-bye.